I'm here today. It's also a momentous occasion for me today because we are launching today in Uttar Pradesh the India's largest expressway today. It's a 6-lane expressway, expandable to 8-lane, that we built. It's about 30,000 farmers were involved in the process, land acquired, built it in about 22 months, something that probably even the Chinese would be envious of. UP is the 6th largest country in the world if it was an independent country, probably the 5th largest country in terms of population now. Huge economy, multi-billion-dollar economy. About 1/5, 1/6 the size of the government of India's budget is the budget of Uttar Pradesh. We said 14 years to 35 years would be the youth that we would define, and anybody falling in that category would be free to get a skill development program from the state, sponsored by the state. And when we started registering, about 4.6 million boys and girls registered for the UPSDM program. That's when we realized that we do have demand and we need to go ahead quickly and we need to make a lot of progress on that road. What's the vision for UPSDM? Skill the youth for their empowerment, inspire entrepreneurship, and enable them to have sustainable employment. And how you do that? How you make sure people have employment is by making them employable. UP became the first such mission. We conceptualized synergies between public and the private sectors. We customized training courses for industry compliant courses. There was talk in the first session from Mr. Reddy, who talked about the NSQF, the NVQF frameworks, and where standardization of content happened. But what we realized, there were still some courses that were not available at the national level because they were very dominantly local. They're very dominantly relevant to the state. For example, a subject in perfumery. We realized, the Honorable Chief Minister went to Grasse in southern France, and we met some people at the Grasse Institute of Perfumery. And we realized that almost any perfume that I and you are wearing today, even including today here, right from Chanel's to Dior to Tom Ford to Louis Vuitton to anybody else, they're all created in Grasse. And that was fascinating discovery and knowledge for us as well. So what we did, we selected, and we came back to UP, and the Chief Minister said, Abhishek, what I want you to do is to create a program around perfumery. Because Kannauj happens to be the India's Grasse and center for perfumery. And it also happens to be the constituency of the Honorable Chief Minister. So he knew about the subject, he knew about perfumery as a business, he knew about it as an activity, and he was interested. So he said, can we do something about it? So we picked up young boys and girls from the UPSDM model, train them at the Biotechnology Park, which is a separate activity in the art of titration, in the art of distillation, and so on and so forth. We train them at Kannauj at FFDC, which is the Fragrance and the Flavor Development Center, in identification of them. And then we took those boys and girls, poor boys and girls who had never ever sat even in an aircraft, who did not have a passport. We got their passports. We took them then from there to Versailles, to ISIPCA, which trains people in chemistry of perfumery, and then finally to Grasse, which enables them to learn whether you mix musk with jasmine or whether you do something else. And finally, we trained those boys and girls, and then we brought them back, and we've helped them place and find jobs in reputed perfumers in the country. First ever such initiative by anybody in the country so far. I hope many others will replicate. I hope many others will learn from UP's experiment, but that's something that UP has already gone ahead and delivered on. We got a couple of international awards, one from IFE as well. In Paris on 23rd May this year at UNESCO headquarters, where we were adjudged the best state in India in skill development. We got an award for best state in India in skill development also at the hands of the Honorable Minister, Government of India, Mr. Rajiv Pratap Rudy Saab. We got one award on similar lines from the Chief Minister of Jharkhand, and many more. Partnering with private sector, we understand that we need the help and support of the private sector integrated, because they can work very closely with the industry. Lots of apprenticeship programs, merged multiple schemes. Any boy or girl who went for an ITI or for a skill development mission program had no future. They could not go to university, they could not become engineers, they could not become doctorates. So what we said, we want to create formal pathways, and we became the first state in India to grant equivalence to class 10 and class 12 by writing a language examination and then moving into the formal system of university. You could now do an ITI if you're class 10th pass, get a 12th certificate, go and do a BA or a BSc or a BTech or whatever, and then one day maybe, hopefully become a professor in plumbing or carpentry or brick mason or, bricklaying, whatever is your calling. If I'm talking about skilling my boys and girls into, simple level of, let's say, plumbing, then 3 months down the line or 3 years down the line, I'd like to take them to be able to take up a job of a 100-story building and do plumbing for that. And, another 3 years down the line, maybe also get into a ship or get into a submarine and develop skills for, plumbing there. So it will always be an ongoing horizon, always an agenda. We very earnestly believe in what Ralph Waldo Emerson said about 200 years ago. Not gold, but only people will make a nation great and strong, men who for truth and honor's sake stand fast and suffer long. Brave men who work while others fly. Brave men who work while others fly, who dare while others sleep. They build a nation's pillars deep and lift it to the sky. They build a nation's pillars deep and lift it to the sky. I, for one, want to be a part of that brave men and women who lifts Uttar Pradesh and this country to the sky. Thank you.